Hey everyone, welcome back to our Bridging Innovation live stream. I am Matt Ditchin with Commerce Communications of the Day 304, and we are here with our next guest, a man who needs no introduction, Mr. Brad Smith. How are you doing?
Matt, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great. Brad, I know you are a man of many talents and
Oh.
many jobs and roles. So I guess my first question is, what does a day in Brad Smith looks like today, and also what are you doing here at Bridging Innovation Week up here in Wheeling?
Well, a day for me as the president of Marshall is a day filled with purpose. I said I traded a profession for a purpose. I could never have imagined the opportunity to come back and to serve those who invested in me, and it is a privilege. And why I'm here is because Marshall University, like all of our other educational institutions, serves as a prosperity platform. A platform that accelerates individual success, innovative ideas, and has economic impact in West Virginia and beyond. And so we're here to try to foster that entrepreneurial spirit and help people understand that their dreams are never too big. They can be anything they want to be right here in West Virginia.
Absolutely. I grew up in West Virginia, so I know just the impact that rising up and growing up where in your hometown and looking forward to a brighter future is always important in West Virginia. What is something that you've seen change over the course of your time working and living in West Virginia as far as the business and economic landscape that you see we're moving in a positive direction?
Matt, I believe we are at an intersection. We're at an inflection point in our state. When you look at the greatest innovations that have ever happened in the world, there's three intersecting circles. Where is a big secular challenge or problem that needs to be solved, that you have evidence that you can solve better than most, and that you have some source of durable advantage that no one can easily replicate. And when you can find the intersection of those three, you have magic. If you think about the world's greatest challenges coming out of COVID, right now there's a rise in entrepreneurial spirit. 75% of those graduating school say they want to start their own business instead of work for one. And we sit here in West Virginia where we grow entrepreneurs. You had to learn to blaze trails, not follow paths if you want to settle in these mountains. So it's in our DNA.
Yeah.
The second major trend is a rise towards remote work. We know going into COVID it was already out there, but now it's a pretty large portion of the population. And people want to live in a place where they can work and play. And so we've launched the Ascend West Virginia program where people are choosing to move to West Virginia and make it their forever home. And then the third is rural is now the new urban. And so ultimately, people who live in these skyscraper cities want to move in a place that looks like it's off of a Hallmark movie. So you think about West Virginia, we are surrounded by these mountains, these valleys, and these rivers. They used to be walls. Now they're welcome signs. And that's why if you look at West Virginia, 4 years ago, we started an effort called Startup West Virginia. We wanted to become the startup state. Everyone said, you've got to be kidding me. You look at it now, we were just ranked the third in the nation, 90% growth in startups this year in West Virginia. The dream is becoming a reality. This is our time.
Yes, it's happening right now. I mean, my first job out of college was remote. I started here at Commerce Communications remote, and I'm still with it. I want to see the state succeed and continue to succeed. And I know you work a lot with students. Talk about what's your favorite part about working with students, the generation that's coming up now that will then become our workforce and live here in West Virginia. What's your favorite part about working with students?
This generation that's coming up now has learned the most important thing in life and in entrepreneurship, and that is how to overcome adversity. This is the generation that had to navigate COVID. COVID did not come with instructions. We came up with hypotheses of how we were going to get through it. We tried everything from singing happy birthday to ourselves twice while we washed our hands to wiping down grocery bags. We didn't know what was going to work or not. We eventually figured out what did, and we doubled down. Well, that's what you have to do to make it in business and to make it in life. And so what I love is they're built out of this grit and out of this grace, and now we're giving them the skills and the tools and, quite frankly, the opportunities to not have to leave our state. And that's what gets me excited. They're just filled with optimism, and they're filled with possibility.
Absolutely. And I think you speak on it, and I think we're seeing it happen now. There's just so much hope for West Virginia. So we're almost out of time, so I just want to wrap this up and just say thank you, Brad, for doing the work and being a supporter of West Virginia in the Mountain State. I think we have a lot of work to do, but we're doing it, and we're going to be doing it with that West Virginia spirit. So thank you so much for being here, Brad.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Take care, buddy.
Everyone will be right back with our next guest, so stick around, and we'll be right back.